Okay, so apparently a ban list dropped, and even though I haven't played meta in like ever, I'm supposed to react to it because I do Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. I didn't react to the Magic one because I could not give less of a shit. Like this at least affects me in some way. The Magic one doesn't. So I guess we're starting with the forbidden cards. Uh, Fiendsmith Lacrima. This gets Fiendsmiths out of making rank sixes, but it's weird because Beatrice is also banned, but we'll get to that. It's weird that I guess they can still make Caesar, so I guess it's not. They just wanted to stop that too. It's weird because this card just came out a set ago, 2 sets ago, I think. Like this card's really recent. It's obviously not the like the most recent card to be banned after its release, but it has to be up there. I would think. I know Sixth Sense was banned like a week after it came out or some shit. Um, Apollosa, Bow of the Goddess. This makes sense too. Um, Fiendsmith would end on it, or Snake Eye Fiendsmith would end on it, and then you would have to go through like 4 monster negates to even get an attempt to break their board with monster effects. Uh, kind of sad because I do like Apollosa. I love its art, and I love that. I just like that it can help worse decks, but it helps the better decks too. So it's a Maxi situation or whatever. Well, yeah, Maxi stops combo decks, but it also stops every deck because the combo player can also play Maxi. King Calamity, I'm surprised this got banned. I know this card is disgusting because when it's Synchro Summon, your opponent can't activate stuff for the rest of the turn, and you can make this on your opponent's turn with quick Synchro stuff. Um, but I didn't think Centurion's the main thing that makes this, and I didn't think it was bad enough to the point where this needed to be banned, but I could totally get that this card is like kind of like disgusting and probably needed to be taken care of. Um, all the bans make sense. There's nothing here that I'm like, why is that on here? Or why did they ban this? Or they only needed to limit this or whatever. And there's no weird shit like they don't want to hit Fiendsmith, so they ban a random fiend or whatever that happens to help them, but isn't, that also hurts multiple other decks. So I hope they do this more. I hope they ban um, more recent cards more often. But I can see that this is like an emergency situation. Let's go on to limited, I guess. Holy shit, there's a lot. Ava being limited's cool. It helps Drytron, which I don't like. I don't like Drytron. I think Drytron's cool when it's playing the way it was intended, which is to make a big 4,000 robot space dragon and beat your opponent to death with it. Uh, when they use Cyber Angels and make fucking Heralds, and it just becomes like a negate fest with Herald of Ultimateness or whatever on with 4,000 bodies to block attacks with. I think it's lame as hell, and I don't like it. But I get bringing it back. Drytron is probably fine. Herald of Ultimateness is probably not the worst thing that you could possibly go against at this point. Um, Ash and Poplar to one, I get. There were people that thought that they were gonna ban Poplar, and I don't know what they were thinking because Poplar is like a lore character in a lore that's currently going. Like they would not ban Poplar. They're not gonna hit Diabellstar most likely. It could be semi-limited, I guess, but I doubt it. Um, they're important lore characters. They probably only limited Poplar because they had to, or whatever. Ash makes sense. I kind of wish one of them got banned instead. Flamberge banned would have just killed the deck. I don't want that. Um, but I think this is fine. It hits their consistency, but the issue is they have 3 bonfire and 3 of the card that searches like Poplar and stuff. So like I feel like this doesn't do much because they already have like 6 cards, whatever, 6,000 fucking cards that could search this shit. But I mean, I guess it'll work. Um, Gimmick Puppet 40 and Gimmick Puppet C40 are hilarious bands, or limits, I guess. Uh, they wanted to hit the fucking Gimmick Puppet FTK, but they didn't want to hit any of the new things, so they just hit one of the Xyz monsters that's one of their worst ones previously that became good because of the new support. It's always funny when that shit happens. Um, go back in time to like 2012 or something and show somebody number 40 gimmick puppet of strings and number C40 getting limited and they'll ask what the fuck is wrong with you, it's just one of those funny things where like in retrospect it's pretty funny. um Branded fusion, come on guys, I know how searchable branded fusion is with like all the fusion searchers, all the branded searchers, but I don't know, man. I just remember getting annoyed every time Master Duel kept hitting Branded, even though it didn't do shit. I don't know if Branded's doing anything right now. I'm not following the meta super well. Um, I don't know if Branded's doing anything right now, but if they are, sure. If they're not, come on, guys. You don't need to limit Branded Fusion in TCG. Opening of the Spirit Gates. This is a hit to Yubel. I don't know if Yubel needed to be hit. Uh, I guess Yubel has some meta relevance, but I didn't think it was enough to like, cause this. I don't know. I'm cool with it, I guess. It's just again, I feel like is opening of the Spirit Gates. I'm trying to remember which one that is. I have this open because I was looking at Snake Eyes shit to think about what I wanted hit. Opening of the. I'm trying to think. Okay, then that makes more sense. I was gonna kind of shit on them for hitting a not a like not super meta warping deck by hitting one of their newest things, but it makes sense. Um, I still don't know if this is necessary, but I could see it as that. But this hurts all the Sacred Beast players. There are dozens of us, dozens. Um, Pot of Prosperity. I guess this is a. I don't know what this is to hit. I don't know what's using Prosperity right now, but Prosper. I guess it's fine that it's limited. I don't know what this is hitting. Is this? I don't know what's using this because I'm too out of the loop on meta shit. Sangan Summoning makes sense. They wanted to hit Tenpai. Tenpai's kind of a thing. Um, I could see hitting this. It's weird hitting one of their new cards instead of like. What if they hit like the fucking is it what is it Trident Dragulion or something? The fucking synchro that everyone made fun of. If they hit that instead. Um, that guy's look screener is fun to come back. I love that card. I get it that it's like infuriating that it exists. Um, sorry if you heard something weird. I just took a drink of soda or water, whatever. Um, that guy's look screen is fine. I like it. I can see people not liking it, but that grass look screener coming back to one is interesting because you now have access to 60 card decks and 40 card decks that you can mix and match with. Um, for variety's sake, and I think that's cool. Skill drain to one. Fuck this card, man. Fuck all floodgates. I can't stand cards that say your opponent cannot or neither player can. I just hate those cards. They're infuriating. I'm with everybody else. Ban all of these, limit all these, whatever you have to do to get them out of existence. Limits seem fine. There's some weird stuff. I kind of get opening the spirit gates, but I don't know. I kind of wish you Bell got more time to shine. Prosperity is weird, but I guess it makes sense. That grass coming back makes sense. Eva, I guess, makes sense. I kind of wish they did more than just Ash and Poplar getting hit, but it's fine. Now let's get on to the semi-limits, because there is no unlimits. All of the Dragon Rulers. I remember not too long ago, people were like, these cards can never come back under any circumstances. Now they're at 2 and not doing shit. So either something has changed for the worse in the past 2 years, so that these are fucking nothing, or it's just, they're not as good anymore. Or the people that thought these had to stay banned at all times were wrong. Um, I don't know if this is gonna do much. I could see Blaster maybe being in Snake Eye for something, but I doubt it. Um, these don't really do anything. I like Tidal coming back because of all the new water support for like Sharks and Atlantean Mermail. My brain died for a second. I had to think about those. Um, makes sense. Lunalight Tiger. Lunalight Tiger did nothing wrong. I hate when decks do this. Okay, so Lunalight Tiger is a Lunalight card, which is a fusion beatdown deck where you want to mash into multiple opponents and kill them. Um, what annoys me is that Tiger didn't get banned because it's good in Lunalight. Tiger got banned because of stupid shit that it caused outside of Lunalight. And that always annoys me. I hate when that shit happens. I get it. I get that this had to be banned, I think. Yeah, it was banned. And then limited, and now it's semi-limited. I think it's cool that it's coming back. I was going to do a Learning Yu-Gi-Oh! On Lunalight a bit ago because it won a poll or whatever that people did. That people voted on. I didn't specifically because I think Lunalight Tiger was either banned or limited, and the deck did not work with it banned or limited. It just didn't work nearly as well. It bricked a lot more. It was annoying. Thunder Dragon Colossus. Hate I hate Thunder Dragon Colossus. It's too easy to get out. If it took okay, if you had to like what's the word? I'm trying to figure it out because if you needed Thunder Dragon, you couldn't just make it with any Thunder or whatever that whose effect was activated in the hand this turn or whatever. If it needed to send a Thunder Dragon, I think it would be more fine. But not like this, man. Not like this. Now, just because I hate something doesn't mean it can't come back. This makes sense to come back to 2. It came back to 1 and didn't do anything. I just hate this card personally. I count it as a floodgate and think this should be banned or limited at the very least. Um, Eve of the World Chalice Justicar, I guess that makes sense. It wasn't doing much. I could see this being infuriating back when it came out and when it needed to be banned, but it coming to 2 doesn't matter. Like, I think it's fine. It lets decks that can make it better, so it makes them stronger, and they could probably be. I could see a few rogue decks existing because they can now make this, or because this is off the ban list in general, or whatever. I could see that happening, but I don't think it's going to happen at least soon. Um, I guess all the December limits make sense. I don't like Thunder Dragon Colossus coming back because I hate the card personally, but it still makes sense. Uh, Lunalight Tiger's great. Eve is fine. The summer limits make sense, I guess. Yeah. Overall, they didn't hit Snake Eye as much as I wanted them to. I'm surprised they hit Fiendsmith this early because I think those cards just came out a month ago or whatever. I'm surprised they hit them this early. Dragon Ruler's coming back is neat. I could see some things being done with that. Maybe. Um, Ava coming back for Drytron's cool. Appaloosa getting banned is cool because I'm sick of generic extra deck negates, and now all 3 of them are gone. Barone, Appaloosa, and Borreload Savage Dragon. Um, that's not all of them, obviously, but that's like the big 3 that everybody fucking made. Beatrice getting banned. Sorry, Farfa. But it had to be done. Um, yeah, I'd say this is a fine list. This is perfectly fine. I don't know what else to say, so I hope this changes the meta for the better. I hope this adds more rogue decks and makes decks more variety, have more variety. I think that grass is also going to help with that because at the very least, like 60 card Snake Eye and 40 card Snake Eye would probably be different decks, or 60 card branded and 40 card branded or whatever. But we'll have to see. I hope it shakes up the meta. I hope it fixes it because we're at the point where nobody's showing up to these things anymore. Nobody wants to play Yu-Gi-Oh. Like, I'd rather kill myself than play fucking a Fiendsmith Mirror or play Snake Eye and get D-shifted or play a Snake Eye and don't have a D-shifter. It's like annoying and frustrating. Ugh. I guess I'll see you guys later. Hi, I'm an idiot. I forgot about the unlimits. Armageddon out to 3. That makes sense. It went to 2 last list. Didn't do anything. Back to 3 makes sense. I don't think that Dark Warrior combo deck from like 5 or 6 in like 2018 is going to come back from this or whatever. It's not that big of a deal. Red Rose Dragon makes sense. I didn't like that it was on the ban list to begin with. Rose Dragons are now full power, I think. They're not a great deck. I don't even know if they're a good deck. I like them. I want to do a Learning Yu-Gi-Oh on them. I might one day. Kieran makes sense. It got eroded. Perform Mage Plush Fire makes sense. It got eroded. Uh, it. I don't know if Magic Specters are going to be great or anything. I think Kieran is perfectly fine nowadays because it's more easy to get rid of something that can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects than it was when Kieran came out. And bouncing isn't as good as it was. Eh. Plush Fire makes sense. They gave it a hard once per turn. That's my preferred kind of errata. Just give things a hard once per turn. Like, so many. I would hate if they printed, like, a new Perform Mage monster that was just Plush Fire, except it was a hard once per turn, instead of just eroding Plush Fire to be a hard once per turn. Errata more cards, Konami. Ancient Fairy Dragon, again with the errata. Ancient Fairy Dragon at 3, perfectly fine. My partners are going to be happy because that means they can run any number of it in FA, which really helps their deck or whatever. Um, Dang Long to 3. I didn't know this wasn't at 3, to be honest. I'm cool with it being at 3. I could see it leading to some annoying things with Sword Soul and Tenyi, but I don't think it's going to add up to much. Time Seal to 3 is funny because this card sucks, and people need to stop acting like it doesn't suck, and people need to stop acting like this is going to kill everything. Because every time I've seen someone mention Time seal can come back to 3 and nobody would give a shit. Half the replies are like, no, it can't. It skips your opponent's draw phase on a trap card. It's like, it's fine. It's fine, guys. It's a non-searchable trap card. You have to set it. And then I'm pretty sure you can't activate it in their, like, you have to, they activate it and they draw for their turn, and then you can activate it. So it skips their next draw phase, so they get a whole turn with a draw phase, just to, like, set up to keep this in mind. Whatever, this is perfectly fine. What I said in the end of, like, this being a perfectly fine list is still true and accurate. I'm sorry that I forgot this part, and I have to edit this in, and then re-upload this video. I apologize. Please forgive me. I don't see, see you guys next time. A new learning Yu-Gi-Oh! I think next week.